Is that working? For some reason, the Stream Deck got stuck. It was like, oh yeah, I'm totally recording, totally doing that. Believe me. It's like, you certain? Didn't really look like it, but that's fine. Absolutely fine. Goodness sake. Yeah, so I might just be streaming for about an additional hour, something like that. I really ought not. I really ought to be just going to sleep right now. But are we going to do that? No, we're not. We're not going to do it. For some reason, I just wanted to look at my thing real quick. Because it's fun to kind of see where things fall here. I wanted to see what size this thing was. Just wanted to see the little data rate there. Give me a little load down on that. That's actually pretty incredible that this WebM video file is only 5.36 gigabytes, but the and it's 2 hours and 42, whereas I had 2 hours and 5 minutes on a HEVC MP4, and that was 2.3, so it's only about twice the size, which is pretty stellar. I think that might be what I set the thing to. Yeah, I don't want to be hearing that. I mean, I could be showing this because it's like, hey, look at that. Isn't that pretty neat? Oh yeah, and you're gonna hear fuzziness. If I hear that in the actual like recording or in the streaming, then I'm not gonna be happy about it. But we're gonna actually play some Hollow Knight. As I was gonna say, this was little more applicable, I suppose, to the previous one. Just pretend I swapped them around and that I did something really clever there. Because I didn't. Oh, you know, I suppose now that I've got the transparency and everything, I could. I mean, I kind of had the transparency before. Like, that just sounds awful. Like, that sounds genuinely terrible. Like, why? Why do you see fit to... Wait, is this... the VSync off? It might be because of that. Why are you on... For some reason, it thinks that VSync means bloody... go 300 FPS, which is not what it means at all. That hurts. Like, I hope you can't hear it, because I don't love what I'm hearing. Ugh! This stupid, like, crackling is a... Like, screw that, man. Royally screw that. Adjust image settings. No, manage 3D. And then we set... maybe I ought to put it on... vertical sync, use application, max frame rate, don't put it to 330. I was like, maybe it'll be, no. Clearly, this is not good. Hopefully applying those won't crash anything. And it's still going 330. This is why. This is why we don't do things. This is why we can't have nice things in the very least. Hurry up and run the game. Why is it going 60? Isn't it because just that screen doesn't... These parts of the screens are only done in 60? There's my nice 165. See, the nice thing is that if I ever needed to actually fully restart my my bloody game, then I'd be cool. Like, I'd be okay. Hi, are you actually, like, connected? Or you're just gonna, like, sit here and be bloody... Yeah, there we go. That was a good old stutter there. That was a good old stutter there. Okay. Well, here we are in Joe Land. Once more. Joe Biden. I'm debating on whether or not it's a good idea to have me be taking up so much real estate, because I can't leave it forever. But I've got to leave a little bit of room. It seems. Oh yeah, see, that's the excellence of all of this, is that I don't actually get my audio exactly to be queued right up. Like, there's like, that's actually, like, so utterly frustrating, is this bloody just being out of sync. Why with the audio? Why must you be this way? Nyap, 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 nyap. I needed to go in. Actually need to go in and set it as default, because if I can't set anything as default, then it's just gonna freak out. This stupid setup. Wait, what is the... No, that one. So... It's just so obnoxious. Because I actually don't know how to prevent this from being bloody stupid. Can I somehow get it to output its audio between two different things, or do I actually need to do like a splitter for that? I'm trying to think of how to do this well. It's going to be stuttering. Like, almost guaranteed it's going to be stuttering no matter what I do. Not stuttering, but like whatever the bloody you call it. It's obnoxious. It really is obnoxious, but because we're going to try to do. I think I do need to decrease my size a little bit. See, my size is just a little bit too much. Just a little too much for everybody. It's just that impressive of a size, you see, that it's just that impressive. Okay, get over there. Ba-ba-boo, ba-ba. Yeah, so I think we're gonna stick with that for now. That is bothering me that is selected. Stop it. Just stop it, please. Let's commit to keep it at that size, just to minimize things a little bit. There we go. See, now I'm a little bit small. I'm a little bit small, but that's alright. It's okay to be small. Size doesn't matter. Oh, so funny. So hilariously hilarious and funny and hilarious. Oh, it's nice to feel some... Oh, the delay is so bad. Like, I know this is because I'm... Wow, what a great boss. What a great boss. Yeah, I don't know if I can play like this. See, I knew... Okay. I knew playing with a delay would be rough. I knew it would be rough. But... Ooh, I really almost can't even do it. Like, I definitely am gonna need... You piss off. I'm gonna need some kind of a, Like, it actually changes the experience significantly for me. So, if I set up the Elgato sound capture over here, because, like, this is just not gonna be good otherwise. So I've got the game capture HD, but I haven't got the... There's the sound capture. So it's like if I do PC gaming, where do you want to hear it? Speakers focus right, but then it changes it. But the Elgato game capture device is connected to Elgato. Right, so now it can be heard in both places, right? So if I unplug from here... Oh, right, if I unplug from here, the other interface that I thought I was actually plugged into properly, wow. That bitrate is actually, like, quite the difference. Quite the difference. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's keep it at that, because, for goodness sake, to do otherwise was not so good. So now I can game without, Hi, hello, 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 hello. Why are you changing? Hello? Does this thing not even know how to... Controller! Controller! There we go. Like, what even was any of that? It's just the... Oh, no. No, I don't want to actually read the controller input, like... It's just that. Nah. Don't really feel like it. Coolio. Oh, I was gonna say, before doing very poorly at the video game, I was gonna say, goodness sake, that, I did get some chats, or some people in the Trovo have been, donating, like, the mana or whatever, so it's like, I don't know if they're just bots, but it's like mana 11, no 12, no 13. They definitely seem to be kind of like botted in some sort of a way, but it's cool stuff. Also, thank you, Alira21, for following. I didn't realize, additionally... What do you mean, additionally? Is the issue that somehow my cursor is not... Yeah, it's a... What do you call it? The desktop thing. The thing that do the thing. You know the thing. The desktop syncer thing that makes it possible for me to actually access sync. Wow, I don't even know what it's called. Seamless. Wow. Okay, buddy. Yeah, clearly I'm very out of shape for this. Alright. Alright. Okay. I get it, man. I understand. I understand. This is gonna be a fun one. This is gonna be a fun. See, at least I figured out something. It's cool. I was like, oh, it'd be really cool if I had some sort of a digital splitter. It's like, yeah, you do. Comes free with your Elgato. Actually, I don't even think you need it. You just need the software. Thank you for saving me from such a fate. Only 3, when I deserve 4. I know what I deserve. Bloody fool. La 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 la. Oh, okay. Okay. That's okay. That's perfectly alright. That's just dandy. Did I have a lower buffer size when I was doing this earlier? I do want to see. Just because it still feels like I have a slight delay. Just a slight delay. And it shouldn't affect things too much, right? Yeah, 4.9. Yeah, see, that should be good. Yeah, see, it should be good. It should be good. Sometimes I swear the buttons just don't even do what I tell them to. Maybe it's that I expect it to be, like, more, whatever the word that I'm looking for is. More responsive. More sensitive. Okay, dude. Yes, indeed. Okay. Well, it feels like my hand already is tired. Oh, that was real quick teleport there. You can't teleport to that side of the screen and then not expect me to expect a different attack. Like, he does it every single time, and I'm sick of it. He truly is quite the tyrant. I do have G-Sync on, right? Did I put on V-Sync and leave it on? No, it's off. What does it feel? Oh, it does. This program does have a frame rate cap. Gaming setup, FreeSync Premium. I don't know if overdrive is gonna help anything. Normally it makes things... It creates a lot of, like, artifacting with, like, all the funny animations and whatnot. Okay, cool. La 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 la. Why has he got to sound like that? Goodness sake. You suck. I don't know why, but you just do, okay? Like, you just do. I don't make the rules. Yeah. Really? Okay. I feel kind of out of it. Like, I feel like I haven't even really, like, been paying all that much of attention. Ah! Ah! Bit me right where there's some, yeah. Came back to bite me, I suppose is the phrase. Yeah, only one was too far over to get more. I do want to turn the overdrive, like, off. FreeSync, good. Overdrive, bad. There's just something about the way that it affects the blacks. Like, all the blacks look strange. Oh, now it's, like, blurry. Maybe just put it on low, then. Why does it not look right? Why does it not look like it's actually going the proper frame rate? Like, it really does not look quite right. Technical difficulties. Because I don't think anything's decreasing my frame rate or anything. That's insane that this game takes, like, no RAM to run. I mean, I guess it's not that insane. It's not like it takes up that... Well, you know, it could be the fact that the stream is trying to buffer in the background. But I didn't think that was actually taking up resources, but I did also forget that I had it open. There's just something odd about it. It might just be my brain being tired. But I swear it wait a minute. If it feels like it's going 60 FPS, there might be an issue. And I also didn't change the source, did I? Because what I did is I did change my display settings. So if we go to advanced display and then we look at the Pixio, yep, it's the monitor was kind of set to the wrong freaking frame rate there. So if I change that, oh no, see, that's what that one says, it's going at 60 Hertz. I thought that something didn't look quite right because 60 Hertz looks like 30 to me. So clearly, see, got there in the end, though. See, now that looks like 165. Bloody. At least I figured it out, though. At least I figured it out. Now I can actually try hitting the overdrive once more. I could just, like, settle for something. But I don't know if I'm capable. I don't know if I'm capable of settling. Okay. That one just barely didn't hit the floor. So I think this overdrive is pretty good. I don't know if that even hits, so I should probably stop trying to do that. Should probably count myself lucky if I get in 2 hits like that. Really? It's like I'm anticipating things way too heavily. Okay, okay. See, this is the thing, is that it's easier to think than it is to communicate. We think in concepts, and that language, the inherent language of the brain, is a little less complicated. So it's like, you know, I might be thinking about all sorts of things that I maybe could say on the stream, but I don't actually say them, because it takes a little bit more mental process in the prefrontal cortex. Sorry, I'm itchy. Mental process in the prefrontal cortex in order to, yeah, no. In order to figure all that out. La 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 la. I don't know. I suppose I was just thinking, like, I don't know. I was thinking of saying something like, yeah, you know, if you're gonna be like, I always struggle with using the word harass, because I think, because it's been overused, I'm just like, I don't know if people mean what they truly mean when they use that word anymore. And I only want to say what I mean, so it's just like, you know, I was gonna say when people harass me, but it's like, is it harassment when somebody comes in the stream and just, like, creates, like, 5 billion accounts? I have 70 alternative accounts! Like, is that actually harassment, or is that just you being, like, a no-life loser? I was saying, you know, if you're gonna harass me, at least sexually harass me, or something like that. And it's like, well, yeah, but that's just kind of a, like, degen kind of thing to say. Because it's like, well, yeah, I'm worth more than that. Maybe, if only marginally more. See, I would love to use some spells. You really had to spawn there, you stupid prick. Really? Like, you really had to go right there. Like, right there. Couldn't have done anything a little bit different. Could have done just, I don't know, you could have been like an inch away. Maybe, like, just to scoot up or a foot to the right or something like that. No. Yeah, no, it's like, I'm worth more than that. Like, I have a woman who, like, wouldn't be too happy about people doing that. And if she values me enough to be unhappy about potential, like, sexual harassment of me, then maybe I should actually grant myself that. Because perhaps it would be selfish of me to do otherwise. Perhaps it's selfish for me to not actually have dignity. Isn't that an interesting concept? Expect to see that in a Rainey's Ramble, and it's like probably over a year at this point. La 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 la. we got 3. That's pretty good. See, it's the change of direction that gets me. No! You really didn't have to do that. Yeah, see, I think it's situations like that where I barely don't change direction in time. That's what's been screwing me over. Ah! There we bloody go. See, that's what I thought. 30 minutes into the stream. Actually got a pretty decent standing with that one. Whew. See, maybe I had enough practice before, but I'm glad I... Sometimes it just seems like sunken cost. It's like, if I stick around in the fight for a bit longer, then maybe I'll be able to succeed. And it's just like, well, maybe you actually need a couple days away from the game or something. Oh. So now I feel like confident enough to do the one hit. Commentator's curse, of course, but that was a little bit scary. La la la. Come on. You dick. It's like the one time. Okay, maybe I've gotten got by that like 3 times or something, alright, but he did not have to do that. He did not. Is it possible to concentrate too hard? Or maybe I'm not concentrating enough. Because I feel like actually kind of relaxed right now. La 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 la. You did it again. You did it again. Ah, that is just flat out rude, sir. Oh, so rude. And now I'm gonna have to buy this program, is the trouble. Because, you know, there's like remote desktop and whatnot, and that's nice, but like, the ability to just access the computer without like doing really anything, just like swipe right up and grab it, is like, how am I pissed? How am I gonna actually like live without that? Like, it's too good. Like, I'm definitely gonna have to purchase the program for as many. Well, see, this is the nice thing about it, is that it's not on a subscription service, because they built one program and, you know, you can upgrade to the next version because there's like number 3 or whatever, but you buy it once, you own it forever. And, you know, you're not going to get all of the best features, perhaps. But we're going to continue, like, at least having security updates and whatnot. And you can have access to that. Yeah, see, I can do that too. Difference is you actually insta-kill me, and I do not do the same for you, so I can't do that, but can't do that bit. Because I'm not cheap. I'm not gay like you! La, 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 la. Ooh. I don't think I've ever been pinched at the wall like that. Hey, we got 4. Once in a blue moon. Feels good when I can do it. See, before... Oh, piss off! Single misinput. Single misinput. On a, like, slight distraction there. Oy. What? What? Why? Why did I do that? Why would I do that? See, it's actually kind of funny. The same sound effect 50 times in a row. When I was figuring out the VP9 stuff, oh, I didn't even get... Apparently I could have gotten like 3 hits in that. I think it might actually have some kind of a damage limitation or something. See, I got 4 that time. Yeah, see, now I guess I can do it pretty well. It's like before I was hitting those like almost guaranteed every single time, and I was like, maybe I got a bit rusty. Yeah, I deserve those 4s, man. Ugh. Yeah, I deserve it. I deserve it. Give me the dub. I just hope he teleports near, but not too near. Ah. I didn't mean to input that! I didn't mean to. Ah. Please. Oh, that sucks so royally. That sucks. Ah. That was just pain. Like, I made it all that way and, like, barely even got 1 lick of damage in. I can't deal any lickings, I only take them. Oh. Ugh. I did it again, I did it again. I was just trying to spam, but I ended up hitting the jump button again. Don't do that. Please. Please, sir. See, every time you spawn off like that, you make me think I'm not safe to go over there because you're just going to start running at me like a tyrant. Piss off. Spacing, spacing, spacing. Spacing, spacing, space. Space, 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 space. Wow, okay. I hate that move. I hate that move so much. I swear, if it weren't for that one move. So I think the thing that's actually the recipe for success here is taking your time when you know that you can't hit him every single move that he does. But that's also the thing that causes me to want to speed up. I don't have 2 dashes, man. I've gotten hit by that more often than I have the entire time. If there's ever a good reason to hate tyrants, it's this. See, he triggers that attack when you're far to the other side. And he triggers that attack when you're, like, too high or whatever. Or maybe it is completely random, I don't know. I don't know why I keep trying to do that attack, because clearly not a recipe for success. Itchy. Don't get itchy. Ugh. Yes, I deserve that. Ugh. Good. Done really good damage, but I have no idea how good a time I'm doing. Speaking of doing time, wouldn't it be funny if I actually defeated, the FNAF... The difficult mode in FNAF? Like, that would be pretty funny, wouldn't it? See, now this is actually a... I was gonna say, this is like a fair angle, like a good angle, because I can actually do, like, decent damage from here. Nope. Not decent damage in the way that actually ends up profiting me, because that was... no profit. Didn't make anything good off of that. I forgot to say... In other news, the stocks are absolutely dead. Like, there was some intense losses on the market today. And I'm not going to realize those losses by not selling, but goodness sake, isn't it absolutely fantastic that we have a Federal Reserve? Like, wasn't Hamilton so correct when he was like, oh yeah, you know, we need the Federal Reserve? It's like, why? Or, I don't know. Pfft, really? I don't know if he was necessarily saying that we needed the Federal Reserve, but he was definitely for more of a top-down federal control of the economy. And it's like, or we could, like, not have the entire success of everybody based on whether or not someone... Come on! Like, I don't really like that, that a good chunk of my savings just ends up going... I mean, ends up at risk, I should say. Because right now I'm currently just, I mean, it's not sunken cost, because I do believe that eventually... Piss off. I do believe that eventually these companies will recuperate me my losses. So I don't want to realize them. I don't want to actually, like, you know, solidify those into existence by selling off too early. Piss off. Because, I mean, when you're getting paid dividends and everything, it's a great hedge. It helps to, you know, but it's like, I have, like, no savings. And part of that is lack of piss. Lack of piss is what it is. Part of it's lack of saving. Part of it's lack of income. It's just like, it's hard to save money when you haven't got any, so I would much rather be earning more so I can put more away, which is obviously the smart thing to do. Wow, okay. But man, it's a rough. Wait a second. I just realized I may have screwed something up. No, wait, so did I? Yeah, see, I screwed something up. I am regretful of that. There we go. I totally forgot that if you disconnect your mic by changing the settings like that, it's gonna disconnect in anything the mic is supposed to be connected to. Like, obviously that's going to happen. Like, oh well, it's fine. It's cool. That WebM didn't need to be any bigger anyway. See, that's actually the funny thing. Like with WebM, I've encoded WebM previously, but I should say VP9. In all the cases that I've encoded it, it takes so long to do. Like, it's just takes 10 whole years, right? In the case of in encoding it in OBS, sure, it like crashes, and at certain points it'll say, unless I have the encoder settings tuned just right, then it'll like freak out. I really couldn't have done anything about that, buddy. I didn't have immunity, I didn't have anything. If I saw it coming, I could have used this stupid special move, but yeah, I would use the downwards, the D-dive on that, but D-dark. Yeah, see, I mean, it does something, I suppose. It's better than nothing. But, like, it's almost like, what are you even encoding in? Because it's so low on GPU and CPU resources that I'm like, how could it possibly be encoding anything right now when it's through FFmpeg? Oh, piss off. Like, it's through FFmpeg, I've told it to use 16 threads, and right now it's like 0.4% CPU is what it says on there, but then it'll say like 1% on Elgato, 3%, 2%, I don't know how its metrics are different, but like, it's definitely a strange one. It's like, why is that the case? Why is that happening? Where it's like, piss off, seriously. It's like I have to kind of try to guess where it's encoding on. Like, on what hardware are you actually encoding this magical stream? Because it is such a, like I think the bitrate, I mean, it's hard to actually know what the bitrate is, because WebM is not, like, WebM metadata is not supported by Windows, and so it's like, it's just kind of funny, because I don't know what the bitrate is, but it looks to be a really high bitrate. But if I actually divvy it out and say, okay, let's assume that the audio, yes, 4, I deserve it. Every time I get it, I deserve it. I'm entitled to... I'm not entitled to that. I'm entitled to actually, like, taking your... whatever you call it. Telegraphing. I'm entitled for you to telegraph your stupid attacks. I shouldn't just have to, like, guess when and what attack you want to do. Like, why do I have to... I should at least know, give me, like, fair warning, instead of teleporting off screen to take advantage of the fact I can't even see you. Bruh. It's just very unjust. But I mean, it's a high quality codec. Like, it is so compressed. Like, it is such an impressive delivery codec. And, like, I can understand why Google invented it. What did I think I was doing? Like, it was worth developing a codec such as VP9. And VP8, but, you know, especially VP9. It's just like, obviously the trouble is getting people to adopt it. And, be that, like, hardware and software. Like, people just have to adopt all of the ways that the codec functions, and you're never gonna get that out of Adobe, evidently. They don't... They're okay with alpha channels, but WebM alpha, VP9 alpha, like, screw that. And it's crazy, like, the codec has existed for, like, years and years, and it took them years and years to actually finally decide to adopt it. It's just obnoxious. Why does it have to be so close? It's just not okay. Yeah. I don't like it very much. I don't like it very much. Sticky button. The button did not do anything. The button was tried to do. It's nice to be able to use the codec within Premiere, but they don't deserve really any credit for it. Too late. 15 years too late. Like, I was so finished with all of the VP9 transcoding, yeah, that I had to do. Like, in all of the videos that I'd ripped from YouTube, having to, you know, recode them to MP4 just to be able to use them. It's just like, please, why? Why did you have to do this? Please don't send alt account, you are banned. True. I don't know what you mean, but yes. Oh, wait. Right. Yeah, so it's not my alt account. I've got an insane person, so, like, I'm genuinely sorry. I have a disease, and, yeah, just ban. Just ban, because it's not my account. It's an insane person who has made, like, 47 accounts or something on multiple platforms. Like, I don't know how many emails. I have 70 alternative accounts! Like, yeah. It's not, like, I have to apologize on the behalf of the insane here, but yeah, it's just some crazy person who really wants attention. It gets me views, but it also gets people annoyed, so I'm sorry that you've been involved in my disease. I'd never intend to get anybody involved. It's all just him. Like, it's really something. So yeah, don't give it any attention. It's just a bully. Bullies want attention. You get the drill. Jedi business. Back to your drinks, you know. You should reach out to Twitch. There's really just nothing I can do about it. It's not just Twitch. It's Twitter. It's YouTube. It's like, it's just everything. It's just like, oh no, you know, just gotta keep on moving on with it, you know. Just gotta keep on going about the day. In the very least, it's gonna look like I'm getting to everybody. Like, it's like, looks like I'm botting. It looks like I'm botting my channel. It looks like I'm botting other people's channels, and it's just like, yeah, no, ban them all you want, because I can't control it. If I could, I would not have him around, so, you know, it is what it is. That was close. What is it? My apologies for interrupting, TK. Yeah, no worries. I mean, that's what it looks like on your end. Like, that's what it looks like. It looks like, hey, why are you, like, sending, like, bots? Like, can you not? It's like, no, he's just a provocateur trying to get angry attention. Is someone with some sort of a weird mental issue. Genuinely, I think it's someone who's like dark triad. Like it's probably like sociopathy, something like that. Because it's like, no normal person gets any... It's like, what do you get out of this? Where it's just like, haha, I sent people to your Twitch channel, and they thought I was you. Get pranked. It's like, every single person who I talk to about this, who ends up coming in, it's just like, yep, sorry. Sorry, that's a thing, but not anything we can do about it, but move on, so sorry about that. And they're like, oh yeah, no troubles, cheers. Like, it's like, yep. Like... It's like, what do you think he's getting out of it? When it's like, that's everybody's response. It's like, oh, this is just like some like weird person then. Okay. See, pranked ya. It's like, all right, man. Some strange like grandiosity things. I'll send a report on Twitch. Hope it helps. Yeah, I mean. There's only so much you can do. It's already like loads of ban evasion, right? Like every single new account is just like likely ban evaded, restricted. Like it doesn't show up in the chat or anything. And it's just like, I'm just gonna go on and I'm gonna like pretend that we used to date or something like that. And then I'm gonna like, it's like this, what do you get out of this, man? Like, what's the point? What is the point, indeed? Like, it's like, alright, man, hope you do something productive one day. Because this doesn't help anybody. Like, it actually has to be so much of a time sink, right? Like, I've never, like, pulled it out on like, Twitter or anything, but, like, it's like hundreds of accounts. And seemingly all in order just to, like, follow me. Just follow me around and, like, be some sort of a strange negative force. It is just like, why? Funny thing is, I met this individual on Discord. Not even met, like, it was just a person in a chat on Discord that I wasn't on anymore. Like, I had a role in the chat, and then he just DM'd me starting to, like, just be obnoxious, and it's just been that ever since. It's been, like, 2 years. It's like, I don't know who you are, what do you want? But it's like, yeah, I mean, but before I was like sort of in the beginning, I was like, I'm, like, why does it matter so much to you that you just, like, following me around and doing, like, just to sort of aggravate me? And you know, I actually spoke in VC with this person, and it was like, okay, this is, like, clearly somebody who has, like, it's gotta be dark triad, because it's like no normal person thinks it's worth their time to spend, like, it must be countless hours to create like 1 billion Gmails and, like, I don't know, like some sort of a bot farm, or like, I don't even know, how do you even make up all of the names? Like, it spent like, it took him like years to actually come up with like with a clever one. Like, just a single clever one. It's like, okay, yeah, I see what you're doing there. Like, that's kind of funny. But, like, vast majority of it has just been like, why? Your stream is preference. Why I follow you? Would you like to become friends and be a fan? You don't mind. No, I'm probably not going to add anybody on Discord. I've had my days, as you can tell, with adding people on Discord. It clearly doesn't really go too well. Normally, like, I don't know. I'm active, like, I like to sort of be involved with people. It's like, yeah, sure, I want to see you. But it's like, people take advantage of it, clearly. Especially, like, some people that just, you know, show up and it's like, oh, yeah, so sorry to anybody who's caught my disease. Looks like you got another, yep. That's the way it be, but it's like, I don't know. In a way, I want to, like, thank this person, in a sense, because it's like, I don't know, you've kind of helped me, get a little bit of a thicker skin, so it's like, hey, I mean, I used to be really sensitive to things on the internet, now I really just don't even care anymore. It's like, I don't make enough money to to actually, like, be worried about somebody who clearly is, like, so in, what's the word? Not confident in themselves. Insecure is the word that I was looking for. Sometimes the words just don't come to my tongue so easy. But the words words get stuck in my throat. Yeah, eventually it just ends up being like, okay, whatever. Like, you give me views on my channel. You give me a couple of people being like, alright. Like, this seems to be like a well-adjusted individual who just has like an insane person following them. So, alrighty. You do you. It's like, clearly I'm not, like, talking to the right person in this case, right? Because if I had actually made the accounts, like, the way I would have been reacting was just like, oh yeah. Like, there would have been some kind of a confrontation there. It's like, oh, you're accusing me of something, whereas it's just like, if I had no idea who it was, I'd be like, what? It's like, sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. And that's my, like, my default response, because I'm like, Like, I don't remember, it's like, I don't know what you're talking about, but then it's like, oh, now I know what you're talking about, because it is gonna look like a billion, like, botted accounts, isn't it? It's gonna look like a million accounts that are, you know, created specifically for the purpose of spamming. It's like, hey, come into my Twitch chat. Like, I don't even know what he says. Like, obviously it's something obnoxious enough for people to say, the only reason I'm gonna come in here is gonna talk to you about, like, piss off, please. And it's like, yeah, I'd love if you pissed off as well, but, you know, it's only so much you can do. You just gotta keep on keeping on. Oh, that was painful. That was so sad and painful. Like, I think he's only made me laugh like twice, and one of them was like, oh man, that was before 2Mad died. See, that's how long it's been going on, is that, like, the people who I was replying to on Twitter are dead now. Like, that's how long it's been. Like, he's dead now. Yeah, like, 2Mad, like, I was replying to 2Mad at some point because, I don't know, Twitter is fun, okay? It's a cesspit, but it's fun. You go on there, you reply, you say whatever you say, and it's like, it's satisfying, gives you a little bit of a dopamine rush. It's not particularly healthy in a mental sense, but it's Twitter. Like, it's fun. But it was like, I was on there, and, I was on there, and I just replied like something to 2Mad. I don't even know what it was. And he replied with like his biggest, most main account that it was like, what was it like? It was like this, what do you call it? I don't even know what the context was, but he was just like, he's not gonna reply to you, and then he actually just ended up replying to me, and, like, his only response was, fuck! And it was like, that's just funny, because this was somebody who had definitely seemed to be, like, a, what do you call it? Just, like, reveled in the idea of, like, causing other people's misery. And it's just like, it's a little bit satisfactory just to be like, like, I don't know, it feels good, obviously, it's cathartic when you can sort of prove people wrong. It's not like I proved anything, it's just like, I don't reply to people to get, like, large people to reply, necessarily. I reply to people because it's fun, like, simple as. But it's like, it's like, you know, that's why I make videos and I stream. That's why I, like, do all that I do. It's fun. It's enjoyable. Like, I've had people who've tried to sort of, like, be like, you should be ashamed of having a hobby. And it's like, I like having an anonymous internet presence and playing some video games and editing some videos. And, like, it's like, this is just fun. Like, get off my ass. Like, yeah. Oh, I did not mean to. That is. I'm gonna get it one of these times. Especially if I continue to just, like, ramble. That's the unfortunate thing, is, like, it's like, I could mention it in stream, but I'm probably never gonna put it in, like, a Rainius Rambles or anything like that. Even if it's kind of, like, entertaining and whatnot, because it's like... It's just, you can't give attention to people. You really can't do it. And, like, it had pissed me off previously, and it's just like, Like, it might make me a little bit nervous sometimes, but it's just like, People have said much worse. Like, confrontation, it's not like what people say that gets to me, it's the confrontation that gets to me. And now it just gets to me less, which is nice. Because originally it's just like, I don't know, if I just ignore it, it goes away, and then it's like, well, actually, it kind of doesn't. And I believe in peace through strength. It's just like, you know, if I just show that I'm resilient, then it'll prove that there's, like, sort of nothing that you can get out of it by making, like, me feel worse or whatever. I think I can help. I don't know, like, I kind of doubt it. This is somebody who's actually, like, rubbed up against the, what do you call it? It's just, it's someone who's so dedicated that it's like, the only way that you can genuinely help is by physically removing their access to the internet, which is, like, clearly their right to do. So it's like, alright, this person has a right to be an obnoxious cunt, and I have a right to ignore it, or to just, you know, treat it as is. It's like, there's not really much that I can do beyond that, other than, I don't know. Like, I've banned and reported, and some of the content, like, it's beyond mean words, like, it's repeated. He's allegedly tried to hack into certain people's accounts, like personal Facebooks and stuff. And I think it's just this sort of... The scam is that, like, I'm a sadistic person and I want to, like, get people's info. Or I want to make people feel like I have power over them, because I don't actually have anything in my own self that I can feel like I've achieved something. Like, I don't actually have a psyche to call home. I just have, like, nothing. And that makes you really, really insecure, and so you need the validation of other people's attention, that you can, like, prove that you can do something to them in whatever sick way you can. And, you know, in some ways it's not that sick, it's just like mean words online. Vast majority of people online, like, they might, like, show up in the chat or whatever, like, they might just, like, for a little bit, they'll just be like, yeah, I think you're a dick, and it's just like, alright. I mean, people say nasty stuff, but it's like, they generally say it once, and then they go away, because people don't have time to be worrying about tearing other people down when they can actually be building themselves up. It's like, normal people don't have the time to do that, because normal people are working on themselves. It's just like, hey, I can only bully other people for so long before I actually realize that I'm not worth anything. I better actually work on that, right? But someone who's generally, like, in whatever the dark triad zone is, narcissists don't tend to bully unless they think it's socially acceptable. And by that I mean narcissistic personality disorder, of course, not like sort of the narcissism in the sort of a colloquial sense, like in a literal therapeutic, like, clinical sense. I hate it when that happens. You don't get to juke me, buddy, you don't get to do it. It's like someone who is so displeased with themselves, who thinks that the only worth that they can do is by deriving pleasure from other people's pain. Like, true sadism in that sense is not real. We feel cathartic, of course, when we see somebody who we feel has wronged us or has done something that we see as some sort of a evil, then we really fall into this, it's not really sadism, it's just like a cathartic release where it's like, yeah, like, all of us want to see the bad guy done justice, right? All of us want to see the bad guy get his comeuppance. Piss! I want to see this bad guy get his comeuppance. He's a dick. But, like, vast majority of people, even when they just have, like, a slight disagreement with somebody, like, they realize it's like, like, I don't have to, like, stick around for more than, like, maybe an afternoon bullying somebody. It's like, I don't really have time for the rest of it, because I've got other stuff to do. Like, and I think this actually happens, like, because, like, I can really only say that I've been bullied by, like, one person, truly, because, I don't know, there are people who have been, like, antagonistic for sure, but not in such a repeated sense that it's just like, I feel like I can't escape this. Like, it's just like, I got tripped once on the way home. Like, and I mean, it was bad and it was rude and it was, you know, this sort of sadistic behavior, this sort of, adversarial, taking advantage of you type of behavior. But it was like once, and the only other words I've like ever shared with him is that he complimented me, or he praised me for getting a hickey once. Like later on in high school. It's like, that's it, right? Like, I can certainly say that I wasn't accepted by plenty of people, and that plenty of people treated me poorly, but it wasn't in the sense that they were just sort of vindictive and were constantly trying to, like, be adversarial. No. Maybe I could count at least one situation in high school, but he was lashing out and, you know, saying, like, homophobic things because he was frustrated, and it was, like, just whatever language that he had gotten himself into. And so it was, like, a lot of my perspective with other people and their mistreatment of me has really been like, okay, like, I understand what you're getting at, but I don't know what I can do to help you be less frustrated. Like, I really don't know what I can do for you. Like, this doesn't seem like much of a me problem, really. Like, that's kind of just been my nature, is like, I know what you're saying, but I don't know what to do about it. Which I guess is a pretty autistic way of dealing with somebody calling you, I mean, did he call me a faggot? I don't remember if he did. I mean, it wasn't nice, and it was homophobic, I can certainly say that. The funny thing about it was that, like, I wasn't even, like, close to openly bisexual at the time, and it was literally just like, why don't you want to change in front of the other boys? It's like, because I don't feel comfortable with showing off my body to people. It's like, fine if you want to be a slut, but, like, no. No, it was definitely an autism thing for me. And it's like nothing to do with shame or anything. It was just, I don't know, it was just what it was. I don't know. But it's like, other than like those two particular instances, and see, the funny thing is that I don't think he hated me in that particular instance, because when I was a bit younger in like middle school, I think it was just circumstance. It's just like you lash out in anger sometimes when you're frustrated. You can either go after the keywords, but the easy way to restricting is to... Yeah, easy way to restrict their access on Twitch. Here's how. Actually, like, the automatic thing has actually worked. Like I think I've gotten... Like the... Whoops. Oh, come off it. Go. 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 I can't move my mouse properly. There we go. Oh, yeah, I suppose I don't see it right there. But yeah, no, it's... Yeah, I've done a bit of the, like... I've just banned, and then it automatically detects ban evaders, and they don't see, like... Yeah, like... I didn't even have to do anything to change it, actually. That's the funny thing. So it's like, oh... He's not even typing in my chat anymore. Or at least he doesn't all the time. He'll just type in other people's chats just to annoy them, because he's realized that he actually can't get anything more out of me, so he needs to get it out of other people, and hopefully he can enlist other people into annoying me or stressing me, and it's like, I don't have time for that, dude. I really don't have time to be stressed about some stranger who, you know, doesn't know well enough to actually spend his time doing something productive instead of just, like, hooray. Like, the type of person who actually sees a currency in attacking, not attacking, but, like, you know, whatever this is, like, just, like, being annoying to people, just being, like, a little buzzard, not a buzzard, a little insect in people's ears all the time, be like, "Argh." It's like the type of person who actually finds that worth their time is not a person who is worth my mental, like, energy. It's like, you don't care about yourself enough to actually do something that's worth your time. I suppose, time you enjoy wasting is not time wasted at all, but it's just like, what do you get out of this? Like, my hobby is I go on, like, stream, and I, like, ramble and I play video games. And then I, like, edit the videos later. And that's actually been a really tangible way for me to get a huge amount of editing experience. And, like, it's fun. But it's like, his hobby is, like, taking those people who have fun on the internet and, like, making them annoyed. Trying to make them, like, it's just like, okay. It's like, I don't really want to hear anybody tell me that my hobby isn't, like, valid or whatever, because it's like, clearly it's of a little bit more worth to myself and others. Oh, that sucks. It appears to go after their IP address over time. Yeah, I think it does, but that's the funny thing, is that IP addresses are not transferable. Actually, they are, they're just set by your modem, like, every single time that your modem resets, so all you have to do is go back and reset it. He probably understands that, or just understands, oh, maybe I just have to step away for a while. Maybe that's why I didn't have any internet, that's why I didn't have any activity for, like, 2 months or whatever, where it's like, oh yeah, that's nice. Maybe I can actually, like, unprivate my Twitter, because I'm not getting, like, slandered constantly anymore. But, you know. It's up to you, just sharing anyway. Hope it all works out. Yeah, thanks. No, I appreciate it. And I'm sorry that to have, like, wasted any amount of your time on this. My advice to you would be to not waste any time on it yourself. Like, just get out of there, you know? It's just like, yeah, you can't really do much about it. But good luck to you, and, I don't know if you're a mod on someone else's stream, or if you're another streamer, but, like, yeah. Sorry for the inconvenience. I wish I could, you know, apologize on the behalf of, like, crazy people, but that would also mean I would be accountable for their actions, which I'm not. It's just like, this guy is just, he does what he does. And you know what? More power to him. I hope he enjoys being a prat. Like, if you really think that's worth your time and you get out of it everything that you think you get out of it, then, like, alright, man, more power to you. More power to you. The least you could do is be more funny about it. Be a little bit self-aware. Like, and not in a way that makes it worse. Because it's just like, self-aware in a way that isn't owning it, where it's just like, okay, listen, I got some flaws, I got some issues, alright, but I'm me, so, and I'm aware of them, and I try to mitigate them. Like, that's what self-awareness is, not just being like, you're right, I'm a stalker. It's just like, thanks, Too Mad. It's like, Too Mad meant a lot to me, but there was so much doubling down that's just like, you can't double down on that. You should actually not double down on when you are wrong. Like, you can be self-aware about, like, miniature flaws, right? But... oh, really, though? Oh, really? Oh, that sucks. It's just an uphill battle. Uphill battle forevermore. Piss off. Piss right off with that. It is funny, though, when your most, like, your most intense fan, I suppose. Oh, you. Like, your most, what's the word? Your biggest fan. When your biggest fan is actually not somebody who just wants to, like, interact in a way that is reasonable. In a way that is good faith, in a way that's just like, hey, how you doing? Instead of just being like, I want to monopolize all your time in being annoyed with me. It's like, what's wrong with you? Like, do you need help? I think you need to get help, because, like, that can't be healthy. It cannot be healthy to spend such ungodly amounts of your time worrying about some random person you will never know over the internet. Like, big or small, it's like, you know, there's criticizing people for, like, actual reasons, and then there's just, like, just for the sake of it, I just want to see if I can, like, try to bully you into leaving the internet or something. It's like, why? Do you have anything better to do? Like, you could just, like, become somebody yourself. You could, like, find some meaning in your own meaningless life, right? Like, you could do that. It's not impossible. Everybody who's felt like their life is meaningless is, like, there's a way out of that. I don't know exactly what the way out is, because I'm not, like, you know, some kind of massive brain who knows all the antidotes and all the medicine. Oh, that was a close one. Oh! That was actually very scary. You do not have to spawn them directly on me. You really don't. Ah! Crap! Why did I do it? I was literally, like, telling myself in the head. I was like, you probably shouldn't use that move. And then I used it. Then I went and used it. That's just too much. This is just too much. Please. I know I'm so close, though. Like, I gotta finish it. It's nearly 10, so I'm going to be going for an hour and 30, but, like... See, it is interesting, because it's just, like, the idea that, like, I want to make you famous is, like... This doesn't sound like something that someone who has a history of being adversarial to every single person on the internet that they know piss off. Like, that doesn't seem like something that you would do, is to try and actually help somebody have any sort of a semblance of success. It's like, all you do is tear people down. Like, why would you say, oh, but I want to make you famous? It's just like, what are you achieving, and why? What do you get out of this? What is the currency now? Because before it was like, I want to tear you down. It's like, now I want to build you up. And it's like, oh, why? Why are you spamming, like, promotion into other people's chats? Or whatever it is. Like, I don't even know if it's promotion. Clearly it's enough for people to be annoyed, but, like, this is an annoying person we're dealing with. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like, what is the end goal for you? It's the one thing that I wish I could get from him is, like, why? Because with anybody else who's been in, like, my Twitter replies, you know, sometimes they're vindictive, sometimes they're quite nasty. Throughout the years, I've definitely seen situations like that. It's like, okay, you're just cool. You just had to spawn it at that perfect BS angle. It's just like, yeah, but why? Really don't get it. Really don't get it. Don't get it. No. Kinda didn't have a spell there. Even if I don't make it in relatively short order, I probably should be heading out pretty soon, because I do have work in the morning, and My thumb is not going to appreciate it if I continue to try to play. It's not going to be good for me in the end, and I do have to use this thumb for all sorts of efforts, so... It's just bizarre because, like, you know you are dealing with somebody who's, like, genuinely insane. Because you talk to, like, a normal person, and you're just like, okay, all you want is to piss someone off. And it's like, alright, that's all I want to do. Then, you know, like, sort of the concept that, my ideology changes depending on whoever I'm trolling, like that thing, where it's just like, I'm just gonna do, like, this devil's advocate, like, you know... I'm gonna do whatever is beneficial in achieving that goal. Like, whatever gets nearer to achieving that goal is what I'm gonna do. And in most cases, it's just like, all you have to do is find something that they're sensitive about and, you know, execute on it. And so obviously he was decent at doing that. But it was like, he would just take, like, these random guesses and shots in the dark in a way that would, like, really not even... come on. In a way that's just not even, like... It's just childish. It's like, you follow more people than you have followers. It's like, yeah, this is a hobby, it's not my life. Like, why does that define me? Doesn't that just define, like, the amount of people who follow me? And why is that something I should care about in the first place? It's like, I feel like it says more about you than it does about me, that you think that that's something that I should be crying over. It's like, what else? You stutter. It's like, yeah, I'm autistic. Cool. Right. Like, we've established that. The neurodivergence kind of, makes speech patterns and thought patterns and behavior a little bit different, doesn't it? What can I do about that? Well, I mean, there's plenty you can do about it. Is it worth trying to do anything about? It's like, I think I get along pretty well. I'm not going to stop being autistic. It's kind of genetic. It's like, it's not just going to stop happening all of a sudden. It's just funny. It's like, you really think, like, you may be a very superficial person, but you really think that I'm so superficial that like bothers me intensely? Like, I don't know what to tell you, man. The only issue that I am ever really affected by in an emotional sense because of it is because it's confrontation, and I don't enjoy confrontation. At least, I don't enjoy the way it makes me feel. Because there is currency in confrontation, but I don't like... The currency is... The juice isn't worth the squeeze for me. And so it's like, why would I... What is there to be gained out of this confrontation? And if there's something to be gained, then maybe it's worth, you know, going sort of into the belly of the beast and dealing with those feelings. But I think my sensitivity has actually made me a better person in many, many ways. And actually being able to overcome it has actually been, like, really incredible for me in many ways. So it's like, I don't know, it's just... You just do what you gotta do. He also said, like, stop trying to be colossal is so hard. Colossal so hard. You're always trying to be colossal, and it's just like, so I'm not allowed to be, like, to look up to anybody? Like, that's not a thing that I'm allowed to do? Like, it's funny because every single, like, criticism that seems to be made in an attempt to be like, oh, I bet he's really sensitive about this thing, it's just like, nah. Hey. But it's funny because it's like, none of it ends up, like, actually, like, doing the things that you would guess anybody would do. It's just like, okay, I want to piss people off. Well, people tend to get pissed off when you pick on them for whatever characteristics. So it's just like, you know, I could just call him homophobic slurs. And it's like, doesn't do that. Actually, like, it's weird because it's like, this is a clearly adversarial person who seems to have some sort of a pragmatism on how they are viewed in a way. It's like, I don't know. Why would you have to say, look at this video that she made, and it's just like, okay, I don't know what's so, like, cause genuinely, like, I normally just think it's funny if people call me by, like, female pronouns, because it's just like, I'm clearly not. But it's like he starts picking that up and it's like, alright, okay, like, I guess that's a thing you can do then. I don't know what the point is. I don't know what you're trying to get across by saying this, because anybody who reads it, like, normally the point in slandering somebody, or you know, defaming or libel or what have you, is like, you are going to frame things into a situation that, you know, takes enough of the truth that it can be seen as true on its face, and then twist it in a way that, like, if all you're trying to do is that, then you don't have to make up lies. But what's worse than an outright lie is obviously an outright lie that's, like, backed up by a massive amount of people, where they're like, yeah, it's true, see, it's true. It's like, those lies do a lot of damage when you have, like, an entire media industrial complex, to co-opt a term. Like, it's a lot easier to spread really damaging lies when you have, like, a lot of power to put behind it. But it's like, what is the lie here that you're trying to spread? It's something that doesn't even make sense if you're reading what you're saying. Like, it's like he'll go on and be like, oh, isn't it just so curious that that she deleted all of her Twitch VODs? And it's just like, you dumbass, like, they erase after, like, 5 days now if you don't have, like, the Prime or whatever. Like, they erase themselves. And then if you go a certain amount of time without streaming, it'll look like it's totally cleared out. Do you not understand how this platform works? Do you not understand anything about anything? It's like, anybody who looks at that will be like, alright, this person may not have actually deleted those VODs. They may have actually just expired because this is somebody who's not an affiliate and maybe doesn't have the Prime membership activated on Twitch. Goodness sake. It's like, it's almost like that doesn't really mean anything. And the type of thing where it's like, watch this video where she says these things, and it's like, you watch the video and it's like, oh, this is a male, and this person's calling this male she for some reason. It's like, you know, they search around, they're like, no, I don't see any sort of a specification for a female pronoun preference. It's probably a male. As much as I'd love to be one. No, I'm joking. How long does this go on for, man? Like, it's just impossible to do enough bloody damage. Like, normally this segment lasts such a short amount of time. It's just so annoying. Like, when are you gonna be done? Don't... Oh, okay. I saw it spawning, and I thought I was gonna have a little bit of time, but I was like, ugh, I'm just so sick. There we go. There we go. All it took was a little bit of rambling and a lot of patience. Actually, it wasn't that much patience. It's easier to be patient when I've got, like, something else to sort of focus on in the background. I think I've been talking for long enough that my brain is just... I mean, I got wired. Let's be real about this. I got absolutely wired. So now we're only on to, yeah, Dung Defender. Oh, and this has 4... No, it's just 2 versions, right? Because it's like... I mean, that's 6 fights, but yeah, that's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. I feel like I made decent time on that, considering how it's one of the more difficult fights. Like, I did okay. Okay, I did okay. And I had fun doing it, which is half the battle, isn't it? I really ought to get to bed ASAP, and maybe I won't even, you know, remux my files, or maybe I won't... Of course I'm going to do it. Of course I'm going to, you know, move all of my files over, right? Like, why would I not? I always do. I always do. Because I'm good at what I do. Always getting better. But I was already pretty dang good in the first place. I can guarantee you, vast majority of people would have needed way more than like the 17 to 24 hours, 20 whatever I used in order to set all this up. I can guarantee you that there are people who would have spent a lot longer, and I mean a lot longer than me, on getting all of that done. Because I'm a master, all right, at what do you call it? At troubleshooting. And I'm pretty dang good at it. Other people probably would not have been able to do it all. And I have to give myself credit on that, because like, it sucks to be doing the same thing for like 24 hours. And it's like, I haven't even made enough progress. I haven't even finished the audio yet, and I have to go home and I have to now finish out, you know, I have to deal with all this audio and whatnot. It's just like, no, I have to understand that this, maybe there's somebody who would have been able to figure all of this out faster than me. I was using AI the entire time as well, which makes it all the more insane that it took that long. Part of the reason is because it was that difficult. I don't know, AI can be a little bit difficult sometimes, but regardless, like, I can guarantee you, with the issues that I was dealing with in setting up, you know, streaming PC with this, and also, it really was just the VP9, like, that was it, was the VP9. Just trying to get that sorted out was the issue. And, I mean, if Premiere wasn't so poorly coded, then it would have been fine, absolutely would have been fine, but... we got there in the end, and that's what matters. And so you have to give yourself those victories, and this was my victory, is I got to ramble for 3 hours and then play for an hour and 40. No, anyhow. The unfortunate thing is I didn't use my clip button too many times. I'm probably going to move the Stream Deck, like, closer for next time. For, like, I don't know, I want to find it in a way that doesn't make it obnoxious to, like, I don't want it to be in the way, but I do want it to be accessible and visible to me. So I suppose we'll figure that part out sooner or later, and it's perfectly fine. See, the only real thing that bothers me about it all, just to put a little bow on it, is that, like, he keeps trying to steal my brand. It's like, can you just, like, I would so much rather have somebody calling me, like, just, I mean, mean names at this point, where it's just like, I don't know, you're a evil, conservative, transphobic, alt-right, Nazi. It's just like, alrighty then. Like, I've been there before. I've dealt with that. Like, I'm pretty confident in my ability to deal with that, because those people aren't really worth taking seriously either. But at least they're people, and once that they've had their say, they leave you alone. Whereas it's like, this is not somebody like who is in the business of leaving people alone, because you don't want to be left alone yourself. If you leave people alone, you're out their attention. Can't profit off it anymore. Can't get my currency anymore. And that tends to be really, what's the word? Isolating to somebody of this type. So regardless, I can sleep easy, rest easy, knowing that I don't have to re-encode a proxy codec into a delivery codec in order to store it, because it's already in delivery codec, and it's a pretty dang small file size for how much of a quality it actually has got. So grateful for that, and I can be grateful for that, and might actually consider moving to VP9 for other purposes, all intents and purposes, because WoWE seems to be very, very effective. If only it was like properly supported. It seems to be kind of a bad codec in the sense that it doesn't encode very well. Like, it kind of freaks out a little bit, but that's besides the point. The point is, thanks for the free exposure. And yeah, I mean, had a good time, and at least finally got to have a good laugh. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. It's the one time where he was like, fuck, and, because he's like, you're not going to get replied to by Two-Mad, and then he replied to me, and it's just like, I feel like Two-Mad saw that just to spite him. He replied to me, and it was nothing but like, yeah, bro, like, I don't even know, like, just some brain rot thing. Like, he didn't even say really anything to me, but he replied to me, and that, like, shat his entire, like, no, I wanted to make you feel bad that the famous person doesn't have time to reply to you. So I was like, okay, it's Two-Mad. He was, like, going insane on Twitter at the time. But then the other time was today. Congratulations. Round of applause to you, because you made me laugh by saying Raincloud's pussy. By naming yourself that. It's like, you've made, like, hundreds of these, and you finally, found one that was clever. I mean, was it even clever, though? Like, there's nothing really all that clever about that. It's just sexual. And sexual is funny. Sex equals funny. That's all you had to do in order to be funny. So at least you achieved something of value today, even if it's just effectively just sex humor at this point. At least it's something, right? You've contributed something to somebody else other than being a net negative to the universe and the world at large, and humanity and sentient beings at large. Anyhow, I think that's enough vitriol for today. I'm going to go to sleep. It's going to be good. It's going to be really good sleep. I'm going to sleep like a rock. Apparently, I only got like 3 hours of sleep last night. I woke up when my alarm went off, and I was like, woo! I feel awake. Generally never really happens to me, especially considering it's like, I don't think I'm supposed to be feeling this awake, but I do. I think it's just mindfulness. Mindfulness really helps you sleep well. I wasn't being mindful yesterday at all, though. I literally spent all of yesterday trying to figure out the stream. And I spent all of my waking hours before. It was like, I tried to work on figuring it out, couldn't figure it out, went to sleep, woke up without getting enough sleep, worked on it even more, finally figured it out by the time that I, go to sleep, go to work, get home from work, finally figure it out with enough time to go and ramble for several hours. Didn't even get to play all that much, which is what I was kind of wanting to do, but you win some and you lose some, so I better get some sleep, and I'll probably be live tomorrow, because Fridays are good. I suppose I am also free to go and hang out with some people. I still haven't seen that movie. Anyway, Stop stalling. Like the final stall here, it feels so good that I don't have to walk over to Godzilla in order to turn off the stream. Like I have my finger on buttons right now, and I can just like leave. It's like, ugh, so good. And there's only more good on the way. I've been putting effort into things, and I'm going to be pretty proud of them, I think. So I'm feeling pretty good. Too good to allow somebody else to tear me down. Though it's not like I have to say that more, but that's the tism. I always have to loop things back into themselves because if it's on my mind, it's on my mind.